Hey everyone, Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and today I want to talk to y'all about a cool little hat press that I was able to review over the past couple of weeks. I'm going to show you the unboxing and how this thing operates. Definitely something you want to check out if you're getting into the hat game. Very portable. So yeah, we'll head on over to my computer screen and we will get started. So as you can see here, I do have this Amazon listing up for this auto hat heat press machine with the automatic open release. It has 4 memory modes, precise temperature control, and it also comes with a couple of hat presses here, platens for the top of it that you can see here. And you can get this in manual, which is more of that Weaver style that you have seen, or automatic, which is the one that I will be reviewing today. The product price is $179.89, which really isn't that bad. It does have a few reviews on it, and this is by Gochifix. They reached out to me to take a look at this just based off the fact that I do hats, I also do hat bars, and so I went ahead and recorded a video to go ahead and show y'all what this is about. First, I'm just going to go through this listing really quickly. You can see here the different images that they have. One thing that I will say that is nice is they do provide 2 platens, and the platens themselves are a really nice material with that silicone heating pad. I don't get that same amount of moisture as I normally do with the Weaver. They do actually are comparing it to some of the other hat presses that are out there. And I will say that the operation of this thing was pretty awesome. So you can go ahead and read this at your leisure. There are some reviews in there. I'm going to go ahead and give my open and honest review, so y'all will see that come through. Okay, so here you can actually see me perform the unboxing. We have the power cord. The press also comes with some heat gloves, which is nice, though I never use the dang things. The manual as well, and inside that little bag were a couple of extra fuses as well, which is helpful if you pop the fuse on the press itself. And then there are some extra platens in there to use for smaller hats, which is nice. And this is the press itself bagged up in the plastic. So as you can see, overall footprint is pretty small, which is nice. And this is the manual that it comes with. Pretty straightforward on how to use that, so I do recommend you read through that as far as setting the temperature and the time and how you can switch between degrees as well as other functions on the hat press itself. So pretty straightforward as far as how to operate it when you decide that you want to start going along with this thing. So here's a close-up look of that platen. You can see that there is the lever on the back that will adjust the tension. Turned it on now and you can see that starting. The only thing I don't like is that power plug in the front. It does seem like it should have been better suited in the back. But the platen is nice and well made. And you can see me exercising that spring lever there just to get the good tension on your hat when you're putting that on the press. The top platen is the only thing that heats up. There's no heat coming through on the bottom platen. I do appreciate the silicone mat that they have there and the rigidity of it. You can see this starting to heat up here, as well as me beginning to adjust the temperature on there so we can get started with the pressing of hats itself. Now I'm just going through and setting the time that I would like to utilize, and I'm currently basing this off of what I do on my Weaver, so this may be different as we go ahead and crack into how this thing actually works. So I went ahead and set that, and you can see it's starting to heat up now. You click on mode, that will cycle through the 4 different modes, so you can actually save your settings onto memory. But for now, we're just going to use mode 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a hat prepped to press on this thing. So I'm using Lone Star adhesive. There's no adhesive or sticky adhesive on the back. And because of this, I like to pre-press my hats by taping them down with some heat tape. If you have any questions on the heat tape I'm using, I will post that in the comments box below. Just let me know. It does not leave any marks on. I'm just going to go ahead and get that centered it up. A lot of times people will use some sort of ruler or something to help them center their hats. I've done a bajillion of these, so I can eyeball it pretty well. Going ahead and pushing that lever down to get the hat situated on the platen itself, making sure that that's snug so we can go ahead and get started on the press. So you can see that's pretty well centered. Excuse the mess on my workstation. I was painting earrings. The one thing I noticed was this gap in the top that made me a little bit nervous when I first started because I wasn't sure how that was going to affect creasing on the hat itself. And I do have that set for 300 degrees for 15 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter to start this and see what happens. As you can see, the press goes down automatically. You will hear a clicking. I'm doing a voiceover right now just because the background noise was pretty loud. And as that counts down, I had to stop it there because I forgot to put my felt over it to protect the hat. So as you can see, you can go ahead and click on stop, and that will go ahead and allow you to make any adjustments you need and have that top platen go up. So I went ahead and reinitiated that at that point in time. It's going to go ahead and go for the 12 seconds. So now that we're nearly done, you can see that platen starting to rise. Be careful because things can be hot, and after that 15 seconds, as you can see, nothing has activated as far as the adhesive goes, although it is pretty warm. It just did not provide sticking, and I'm showing that there. So I'm going to go ahead and run it again at 15 seconds to see. Okay, here we go. So at 30 seconds total, I'm still not seeing very good adhesion, although it is starting to stick up on the top. It's just not where I want it to be. So I run it for another 30 seconds without the tape. That way I'm not getting any tape marks on the hat. At this point, 2 presses in for a first time use really isn't that bad, but I'm going to go ahead and see what maybe needs to be adjusted. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and run it for 300 for 30 seconds since we just did a few iterations of that to see if that makes a difference. I think potentially holding the heat on will help. And you can see that I can interchange between those modes there. Really, I wanted the smaller time frame just to get that tape situation on the pre-press. And you can see that as it goes down, there's no gap there, which is good. I haven't experienced any creasing as I'm pressing these hats, though the temperature hasn't been ridiculously high. All right, let's see how that did with the 30-second press. You can see things are starting to stick on the top, but there are still some issues on the bottom. I'm not seeming to get enough heat towards that bottom, and so I end up readjusting the cap to see if that helps. The good news is as this thing goes, it is not gapping on me. I ran it a couple more times just to get that final press, and as you can see, I do have a little bit of indentation on the brim, and I don't have complete adhesion on the bottom, and it may very well just be because I'm using a die cut patch. So we're gonna go ahead and try one that's more square in nature to see if that helps with heat distribution. Remember, this is kind of science, kids, so keep that in mind. Now that we know, we're going to go ahead and run this at 300 degrees for 30 seconds. I'm moving it back on the platen a little bit just to see if maybe that helps. And we're going to go ahead and run the same process with a different hat now that I've run it a few times. I do appreciate the auto adjustment of the press itself. I just wish there was a way for me to adjust the pressure manually. That would be my one feedback if Gochifix decides to continue with this particular model. There was a way to even add in manual pressure versus auto pressure. That may be beneficial because as an engineer, I like to be able to, help these things out. So first press, you can see peeling in the corners. The top is not very well adhered. So we're going to go ahead and run that again. So I am able to take the tape off at the second press, but you can see that bottom right corner does have quite a bit of lift. And so at this point, I was like, maybe I need to cross-check the settings in the manual. So one thing that I suggest is you go into the back of the manual and you look at these general times that are back here. And you cross-check that with all of your numbers. So here I actually go through all of these settings, I adjust them, and at that point, when I rerun it, I don't seem to have any issues. So it's really important to make sure that in this manual, these functions in default values are lined up, because I did have one, and I can't recall which one it is, that was not lining up with the actual settings. And I noticed that right when I did that and pulled this particular hat off, it actually came out pretty good. I wouldn't say perfect, but pretty good. So that bottom corner is still giving me a little bit of issues, but the top is well adhered, and it was way less time than the first hat. Now that I have that situated, I should be able to get a pretty good press on the remainder of the hat. I run it for a final press, and while I feel like there could potentially be some issues with adhesions in the future, this is a pretty good first start. So the biggest thing is making sure that those settings in the back are situated just by holding that set key down, and you're going to adjust the symbol to the default value as you go through. So to do that, you're going to hold down the set key, and then you're going to put in the default password, which I believe was 88. And then that will open up the menu. And you can see that I set these settings to line up with what was in the back of the manual. So you just want to go through and make sure that these all match up. And that way, everything in the back end on those motherboards are running the way that they need to run. I did reach out to Gochifix and see if there was a way to adjust those in the back to make sure that I wasn't missing anything on maybe potentially adjusting pressure on the unit, because I do feel like if I had more pressure, I would be able to achieve a better press on the first go. And that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you got something out of this video. Please, if you have any questions on the press, let me know. I'm still playing around with it, so I will post some more videos on it. I think for me, the biggest thing I am most excited about is the portability of it. It's so light compared to my other hat press that I feel like once I get the settings dialed in as far as building up that pressure plate a little bit, then this will be a no-brainer for my shows. That plug in the front is a little bit cumbersome. I wish they did put it in the back, but it's kind of a small thing. And in terms of my setup, I keep my press on the left-hand side of the table anyway, so that's really not going to get in my way. I could see that potentially being an issue for some people if they are doing a hat bar. Overall, really great product, very lightweight, very simple to use. Love the one touch, love the auto pressure. I think it's all about just dialing it in, as I said. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the comments box below. I also have a 30% off coupon that's down in the description box. Feel free to go ahead and use that. And if there's anything else that you need, please let me know, and I will catch y'all later. Shooting Star SVG, signing off.